I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. LunaryBunBun joins us, and we've been talking longer than the interview's probably going to go already. Hello!
Hi, my name's Lunary. I'm the fallen star from space that's trying to desperately to find their way home, and I hope you'll join me along for the ride.
Yep, and I say we've already talked about everything we're going to talk about in the interview. I've been really looking forward to talking with you because I've watched you on stream and we've interacted on Twitter a little bit. But please introduce.
I forgot the first time.
please tell everybody how you decided to get into VTubing.
Oh, so that's actually a really interesting story. So, when I was like 12, I started to animate a lot because I've always been like a drawer, I guess. Mm-hmm. So when I was 12, I started doing like YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I found my love for social media there. But when I reached 18, I started losing that, and so I kind of just retired. But I lost my job at a bank, and I didn't have a job for like a month or so, and so I was like, well, now's a good time since I don't have anything to do other than stay at home to get into VTubing, because I like a lot of VTubers like Chibidoki and stuff like that. And so I was like, I might as well just get into it. So I started with the PNG model, and I don't know how I'm here now. it just happened.
It just kind of went from there, and here we are right now.
Yeah, basically.
So you've always been an artist, pretty much. I mean,
yes,
since early on, and I have got to ask this of all artists I talk to. Being able to create is one thing, but showing people what you do is something completely different.
It's hard.
How did you go from one to the other?
So when I was a kid, I would always like be interested in like showing people my stuff because I have a weird thing where I like to show people my shit, and I'm like, I really hope they're proud of me. I really hope they like my things. And it just kind of, when I got older, I was like, well, it doesn't really matter if people are proud of me. If I want to show people what I want to show and they like it, then that's good enough for me. I don't really care if they don't like it or not.
Well,
that's
a great attitude, because I certainly couldn't do that. I really, first of all, my art is so bad that they've actually made it a war crime. Secondly, they won't. I couldn't get over the hump of being proud enough for something to show it to somebody.
Yeah, and it's not specifically like, even if you're not proud of artwork that you do, it's more like, well, no matter what you do as an artist, you're not going to be proud of what you do. Like, you're going to look at it afterwards and be like, I made a mistake there. I could have made those colors better. That shading's a little weird.
You can't stop tweaking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But then when you post it online, people are telling you, wow, I wish my art was like this. And wow, you're amazing at art. I love your proportions. Your shading's amazing. Like, your eyes are so vibrant. Your emotions are just out there. And I'm like, I don't see that at all, but thank you. So that's kind of where you get over that hump, and you're like, well, if I can see my art as a piece of shit and everybody else is saying that's good, then it must be good.
Well, it's certainly in that situation, when you've got kind of the acceptance of that, that's got to be, I imagine that kind of spurs you on to do more. Is that true?
Sometimes, but there's also like art block and shit like that, where you just kind of have to push through it to the end, because once you have art block, you just gotta be like, well, guess I can't draw for 3 weeks.
No, nothing comes to mind to draw at
nothing is there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Did you teach yourself, or did you take a course?
Yes, everything I do is self-taught.
All right, now I got to ask you this question too. Hands.
Oh God. Don't touch me with them. Don't make me do hands.
Yeah.
Please.
So is that the traditional the traditional stumbling block of the artist. Have you
I
gotten
can
where
do
you're
chibi
happy?
hands.
Are you happy with how you're drawing hands right now?
Next question.
Now I
Next
already
question,
asked you.
please. Hurry, please.
I'll edit it out, I suppose. No, the it's there's just something about them that artists are never happy with.
Yeah, it's just hard. They look like sausages.
I don't know what it is, and but even in the old masters, you look at paintings and they've hidden the hands for some reason.
It's bones. It's the bones.
Yeah, too many bones.
Too many bones.
The hand should have less bones. Well,
Hands should have less bones, fam.
when I become emperor, I'll put that in. Hands have less bones. The
Take out the bones of the hands.
take out your bones.
No more bone hands.
And more bone hands. Now, do you do the art online when you get a chance?
Uh, like with streams?
Yeah,
Uh, I find that streaming art can be a little difficult. Like a lot of people don't want to sit there and watch you draw. I mean, it's good for like background sound and everything,
yeah.
but for me, it's just easier to stream like games and stuff I can actually put input into instead of being dead silent.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because that's where I get.
yeah. And I imagine sometimes you'd get like backseat artists.
Oh God, the crazy amount of like the first time I ever drew, they were like, "Hey, that eye looks a little wonky," or "Hey, like that little pose right there, that's a little weird." I'm like, "Get this damn sketch! Shut up! I'm not done yet." I understand criticism, but God,
Artist argues with chat.
yeah,
5 hour
artists
stream.
fucking police chat.
But so you'd rather do the gaming, and I know I saw you the other day. You were online with a collaboration,
Yes,
and that was fun uh,
yes.
to watch and be a part of. Have you got a few people that you'd like to collaborate with?
Uh, like for the future, or like what I wish to collaborate with.
Well, I mean, are you have you got some people that you can rely on for collaboration?
Oh yeah. There's always my two friends, Rin and America. They are both awesome. Go follow them.
Yeah.
But when I asked America to come join me for stream, they literally set an alarm to join me because they were like, "Man, I'm so hyped for this. I'm so ready."
Folks,
Rin was a little late.
you got to see a stream with these two in it. You absolutely have
It's
to.
fucking chaos, dude.
It is.
I lose brain cells when I'm with those two. I swear.
No,
I don't have the brain cell.
I got a chance to sit in and watch for a good while, and it was a lot of fun. Believe me.
Hmm.
And it sounds like it sounds like that really that it's almost made for you, the collaboration type of thing.
Yeah, I found that I don't do like I'm not gonna say like I'm not amazing by myself because I if I have chat with me and they're consistently talking, then I can do pretty well.
Mhm.
But if it's just me, myself, and I, then I'm kind of just feeling a little lonely and I kind of go quiet and I don't mean to. I've just always been the quiet type when I'm not around people.
Mm.
So when I'm with somebody, especially a friend, I just kind of be all loosey goosey and shit like that, and I just, kind of break loose, and I'm not scared of all that.
Does that reflect you off the internet as well? Are you a person who likes to be around people?
Um, Not really. I have agoraphobia,
Hmm.
where I can't really leave the house often. Well, I can. It's just hard to do so
Right.
because of the fear of like something happening.
I.
So I'm more of like an inside person, introvert for sure. But online, it's a lot easier because you're not face to face with people.
Hmm. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, with the model, you kind of get that extra shield that might help out
Yeah.
a little bit. Has it kind of helped that a little bit being online? Have you been able to be a little bit more open in your real life, or has it not affected it very much?
Honestly, I can say that being online and also having worked like retail and stuff
Hmm.
has helped significantly with being able to communicate with people because I couldn't even talk to normal people without like having a panic attack in the past.
Right.
But then I started retail work a while ago, and I started being online more and talking to stream and everything, and it kind of broke me out of it a little bit
Mm.
to the point where I was like, well, talking to people's scary, but once you do it, it's not scary anymore.
Once you get started, it kind of rolls a little bit,
Yeah,
and kind of breaks in. Well, I understand. Folks, I think out there understand too that being in retail doesn't mean you're talking to normal people.
yeah,
You're talking to a lot of different folks in retail.
yeah. They're throwing change at you, they're spitting on you, and they're
Mm,
telling you you're a piece of shit, and you
yeah,
just gotta take it.
they're calling the police on you because something
You
wasn't
didn't
on
refund their
sale.
1 cent item.
Yeah, that's right. Refund this that I got at another store, that type of thing, or
I don't
just
have a receipt, but I want it refunded anyways.
yes, I got this 3 years ago in a different city. Please refund it for me. Cash
Basically,
this,
yeah.
cash this third-party check from the Middle East. Yes, please do that for me. And
Can you put this on my phone?
they just set their phone down and lay it on top of the phone.
Yeah, I've had that happen before. Not
Oh,
gonna lie.
oh my gosh. But yeah, going through all that, does that kind of? It really sounds like that you were ready for VTubing when you got into it. That was that was a point in your life where you it was perfect for you.
Yeah, because there was nothing going on. I had just lost a job, and I felt ready to the point where I was like, well, I've done retail. I worked at a bank,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really have anything left. And my mom's on my ass because I don't have any money flowing in.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well at least start something
Mm-hmm.
because I have an idea in my head, and I've had an idea in my head for a long time. And I've wanted to do this for years now, but I've been too scared of how people will think of me if I do this.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just do it?
Well, that's I wish a lot more people had that type of attitude, including
If
myself.
something scares you, just do it.
Yeah, I wish I had that attitude because I'll just sit there and watch it until it goes away, for the most
Yeah,
part.
I've always thought about it as like leaping off a cliff. You're
Yeah.
staring down at the water, and it's very scary because you know you're high up, and you know if you do the wrong thing, it'll hurt, but you've done it. And so maybe it won't hurt as bad. So you leap anyways, and you're scared on the fall, but then you hit it, and it's not that bad. It's just a little cold, and that's about it. So you leaped, and you did all of it, and now you're just waiting for the coldness.
You are my hero. I couldn't. I can't do anything like that. First of all, I'm scared to death of heights, and and
Oh, dude, same.
yeah, if I can't even look at stairs and not go into the spins at this point. But the just and it says a lot about you that you're able to plow through some obstacles that would give people a dead stop.
Yeah. You kind of learned, well, because you kind of learn to do that throughout your life. Because I'm just going to say it now. My life wasn't easy growing up. I've
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of ups and downs, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of downs.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of have to say, well, today was bad. Yesterday was bad. And tomorrow might be bad too. But after that, if you keep going, you keep pushing, and you keep fighting, and keep bleeding, maybe if you push hard enough, you'll reach the end and you'll be at that spot where you're happy and you won't have any more issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I fight for every day so that I won't have to be out scared of talking to people and being afraid of, well, if I do this, something bad might happen.
Oh,
Because the worst that can happen is something bad happening. You might die from like a piano falling on you, say,
mm.
but that might not happen. And you just gotta do what you think is good. And what I think is good is keep going until you can't anymore.
That's that's wonderful. Frankly, that's a great way to go through things, and unfortunately, it sounds like you've been through a few things.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fine.
but you're well. I don't think that you're such a bubbly person.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
people are surprised when I tell them the shit I've been through, to be
Yeah,
honest. And they're like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, fam, I'm good."
yeah. And then it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. It's wonderful, but it's hard to understand that you've been able to bounce through what you've been through and still be a happy bun bun.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but the point is, if you're sad all the time and you're walking through life sad, then all you're gonna get is sadness.
Mm,
But if you walk through life happy and you look at things like, well, it's shitty right now, but it might not be so shitty later,
mm.
then it's all good. And I don't see the reason in just wallowing. Wallowing for a little bit is fine, but wallowing constantly is just toxic.
Remember that, folks, and take that to heart.
I'll be here all week.
Now let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing on stream. What type of games do you like to play on stream?
My favorites currently are Genshin, Wuthering Waves, and Minecraft. Those are
Mm,
like my three big ones.
yeah,
But I'm trying to branch out a little.
yeah. And going to Honkai Star Rail.
Oh God, I even downloaded that last night. How'd you know?
That's not doesn't really count as branching out.
Well, I mean, technically, if you look at it from a different perspective.
I downloaded the DLC for one of them, but I got to ask you about that. Since you played Genshin obviously for a while, how does Wuthering Waves stand out? Does it is it
Oh my God, it's so pretty. So Genshin has like they have beautiful cutscenes,
right?
but between the cutscenes, there's a lot of reused animation, and the NPCs aren't very unique looking.
Right.
But with Wuwa, which Wuthering Waves,
Yeah.
you can notice how much care is put into the game, even between cutscenes, because like everybody has such emotion, everybody's bouncing. You can tell what they're thinking in that moment instead of just a blank face with
Mhm.
emoto on it.
Right.
But it's very, very well put into. Every aspect of the game is thought of, and it's so refreshing to see a game that has so much work put into it
Mhm.
and such good art and stuff. It's amazing.
Would you say it's a tribute to Genshin or it's
It's definitely inspired.
mm,
That's all I'll say.
it has the same silhouette? I'm not gonna say that. No, I shouldn't say that.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
I should not say that.
You don't
But
you don't want Twitter on your ass.
no, it wouldn't be the first time. The
Oh God.
the obviously they look toward it for a lot of inspiration, but is the gameplay the same?
Um, I would say that there are certain aspects, like domains. There's still domains. There's still that you kill things for EXP. That
Mm,
there's like things that you can unlock for the map. There's still waypoints. But I mean, it's basically also Legends of Zelda
mm,
inspired, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. You can say
yeah,
because Tears of the Kingdom, they have the waypoints thing. They have the unlocking the map thing.
right.
They have like different things you can put on your character type shit. So I mean, there's so many games that are like Genshin and Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda and stuff like that. You can't really say it's a ripoff of anything.
Yeah,
All you can really be like is, oh, it might have been inspired by these types of things,
yeah,
not a straight ripoff.
yeah. Now I've heard some folks be a little critical of some bugs in that game. Have you found them? Has it been a problem?
uh, not personally. No, I've never seen a bug. The only thing that's really happened to me is during a cutscene. Well, not a cutscene. It was more like a transition. Scar was T-posing for like 3 seconds, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's part of the storyline.
It's part of the story.
Yeah, it's part of the
T-posing for dominance.
that's what happens when they're worshiping. That they T-pose for a while. It's
I see.
yeah, it's a personal thing. I'm not going to get into it, but it's a
Yeah,
personal
yeah.
thing. The Are there any games coming up that you're really looking forward to, that you really want to get into and do a multi-series on?
Oh, I think the first one I can think of is Zenless Zero.
Mm,
I think that's what it's called. It's another MiHoYo game,
okay.
but it's uh, it's it's so down my alley. It reminds me of Spider-Man in a way because you get to like swing around. I think that's the game I'm thinking about.
Hmm.
But I really really like those types of games where it's like you just do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, you should come up with your own game. Just
Oh God,
Lu-
don't make me mention all that. I've thought about that before.
Lunary's do whatever the fuck you want game.
Just do whatever.
Yeah.
No rules. I didn't even code it.
I didn't even. There's nothing even on the disc. Just grab it and put it
It's
in
just
there.
a text file.
Yeah. It's an empty space. Do what you want. $45 on Steam
God,
on sale.
I'd get canceled.
Yeah, but it'd be very tough to give it a bad review.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
for
it's not
sure.
it's not badly programmed. It's just not programmed.
There is no programming.
That's right. If the other guy programs it badly, that's not your fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a way to go through it. Now, have you got some things you want to do with your channel in the long run that you
Um,
haven't tried yet?
I have one thing, but it's a little bit of a secret. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can tell you because it's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Listen, folks.
So I'm currently a PNG,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have a joke model that I got commissioned, which I used it yesterday. It was very fun. It was very cute. But I do want to have a full model that is going to be based on my newest PNG model.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have a little bit of redesign, which is fine. I always like redesigning things.
You're an artist.
But
You're gonna be
yeah,
twiddling
of
with
course.
stuff.
But I want it all done myself
Mm-hmm.
because models be expensive, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna take like a month or two, but I'm excited because when that happens, I'll be rebranding everything
Mm-hmm.
into that model.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah. And folks, we haven't even mentioned that you have commissions.
I do. I have a VGen. There's only like 3 or 4 things on there right now, but I'll be having breakable ready models and uh art for that.
Yeah. So we're gonna have those links here in the description for people to check out what Lunary's up to as far as that goes. But now,
Probably not a lot.
well, but I mean, now we're talking a whole different level of there's doing art, there's showing art, and then there's trying to sell people art.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Yeah, I mean, is that extra stressful or is are
It can be. There's a lot of people that will be like, "Oh, if you do this for me, then I'll give you credit, and that's all I'll do." And I'm like, "No, I need money to survive. That's how our, that's how our country is done. So please, money,
yes,
money."
yes, actually, I'll give you an even better one. You give me some money and I won't do anything for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just take the money and run.
That's right.
That's not an admission of guilt. That is a joke. Please.
No, I was in radio for a long time. It's an admission. The M in media means
Damn it.
mooch.
Oh God, no.
We'll take anything that's free. It doesn't make any
I
difference.
mean, shoot, I have a throne.
No, I really.
Technically, you're paying for it all.
That's right, exactly. No, it is a whole different animal when you really kind of have to market yourself a little bit and
Yeah.
and advertise and at what point does it not become fun for you?
As soon as you start and you're drawing, and then you show them a sketch, and they're like, can you change this?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, for sure." And then you change it, and they're like, "Also, can you change this?" And you're like, "Uh-huh." And then you do
Mm.
it again, and then they keep saying to change it and to change it and to change it and to change it. And it's to the point where there's 18 revisions, and you're like,
You started drawing out a turtle and now it's a cow.
yeah, basically.
Completely different vision than when you started. It's
Yeah.
I don't even the frustration for an artist as far as that goes must be incredible because you're not satisfied with it anyway, but you don't want to hear from somebody else that they're not satisfied.
Yeah. See, if it's personal art, then I'm okay with not being satisfied. But if it's a commission or a gift for a friend, then it's very important to me that, like, this looks good. I'm proud of how this came out.
Mm. Yeah, that's the pride of an artist. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
And
basically.
and I got to tell you, we've run through this interview so fast already, and I'm going to have to actually wrap it up here in a little bit. I don't want to, um, because it's been so fun.
Time's ticking.
And I really want to have you on again here real quick as soon as we can, and talk about what's going on for you, especially when you get towards that model getting redone, so we can
I'd love that.
update everybody. When do you stream?
It just depends. Mostly when I have days off from work, but I'm going to try and stream from about 3 to 5 or around that time,
Hmm.
and then
What time zone?
if I Central Time,
Mhm.
Central Time.
Yeah,
So
about
if
three
you
to
want to
five,
catch
whenever
me,
whenever you can.
yeah. If I come home really late, it'll probably be like 11 p.m. or
Mm,
something.
yeah, and watch out for those collaborations too, because
Those are always fun.
those I can tell you when you were on with America, that was a lot of fun.
I lose brain cells. That's when it becomes most fun.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to talk with you, Lunary. I folks can hear in your voice the joy that you have in this VTubing thing, and I don't think anybody could possibly do anything but wish you the best and root for you as things go on here. Um,
Well, thank you.
and we're gonna get you on soon again, okay?
Okay, I'll wait for that day.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.